So on this particular property, it's not a very large property, and it's oftentimes a landscape architect is presented with a situation where it's a regular tract house that doesn't have a lot of architectural detail that they wish to follow. And with landscape design, it gives you the opportunity to break away without clashing with a home's style. And the owners of this particular property were willing and ready to go more modern than the suburban tract house which they had. So in this case, we had a small space and they wanted to maximize it for outdoor living. And they liked a lot of the things we have done before, including water features and arbors. And so this project had the opportunity to create a composition of spaces that would utilize the entire yard and maximize our yard for outdoor living. On a small project such as this, the layout is very critical. We usually try to approach it as a composition of spaces, and you want to utilize the entire yard. So often in landscape design you see the typical patio door, patio, lawn, and perimeter plantings. In this case, you want to shake that up and have a destination towards the corners, places to go. This particular yard, one of the concepts that came up early was the use of 3 parallel walls that would organize the yard into spaces without completely obscuring the entire yard. So we utilize low walls of about 2 to 3 feet in height, and that gives you sort of a psychological separation from the main patio living area versus the more rustic vegetable garden. And it provides a strong concept for the rest of the layout of the yard. And then on the ground plane, we used a combination of basically squares and rectangles and repeating elements and repeating materials to create a cohesive composition of spaces. This particular material palette on this project was due to a combination of a modern aesthetic and practical considerations for budget. In our initial design concepts, we did have slate and stone, and due to budget constraints, those were reduced to I actually preferred a nice simple sand wash finish concrete with an integral color. And then the 3 parallel walls, which were so important here, were done with a steel trowel smooth stucco in a southern moss color. The arbor was where we didn't really, the steel arbor we didn't really want to compromise back to wood, so that was one place where we kept the budget with the steel arbor.